welcome to GTAC 2016. That's right. Glad you could all make it here this year in Sunnyvale, California. I'm your host for the next 2 days. My name is Matt Lowrie, and I work in the Boulder, Colorado Google office on Google Now, if anybody's used or heard of that product. But there was a short list of candidates for who was going to be host this year. There was Billy Bush, Ryan Lotke, Somehow I got the pick, so you'll be stuck with me for the next 2 days. Let's go over what's going to happen during the conference. Just as a reminder, we are live streaming right now, and we are recording everything that's going on in this room. So if you don't want to be recorded, now's your chance to get up and run out screaming out of the room. Don't be afraid if you feel the need. And we will, yes. So 10 years we've been doing this conference. That deserves applause. The first conference we put on was actually called the London Test Automation Conference, which was held in London back in 2006. It was put on by a group of 20% volunteers within Google. They decided, let's have a automation conference, and got together and organized it and made a call for entries in one blog post on the Google testing blog. And that's how this all came about. And today it's still run by 20% volunteers within Google. Most of them are here, so if you see one, give them a handshake or a hug or say congratulations. But that's one of the nice things about working at Google is we have the 20% program, which doesn't have to mean just building the next Gmail or next product. We can spend 20% time on helping the engineering community. So we choose to spend our time advancing different ideas in the test engineering community. So here's a list of some of the places we've been at. We skipped 2012, as you'll notice, but we are on track. So we've been around the world, and we like to make this conference inclusive of everybody around the world. And that's why we try to spread around locations. We've been in the US a while, so it might be nice to get out of the US sometime, but we'll see. We'll see. No spoilers. All right, so conference badges, you all got one. If you're wearing a green badge, you are an attendee, and we're glad to have you here. All of the speakers will be wearing blue badges, and you'll see the organizers will be in the yellow lanyards for their badge. And here it is spelled out. But that's a way to designate anyone you want to talk to. So if you do have any questions about where to go, what to do, how do I find the bathroom, any simple questions like that, you can easily find organizers in our yellow lanyards. The code of conduct. We employ a code of conduct for this conference. If you haven't read it yet, it basically says don't act like Donald Trump. That's good advice even beyond this conference. So please adhere to that. It's something we take seriously we want to make everybody feel comfortable and welcome here. All right, lunch. I know the other important topic that's on everybody's mind. Lunch, you'll be able to enjoy in our many Google cafes. So you'll be able to eat just like all the other Googlers here. It will be a little hectic today, I can imagine. What we'll need to do is organize outside the conference room here, and we'll have Google volunteers that will be able to escort you over to a particular cafe and badge you in to where you'll be able to get in line, order whatever you like. Google pays for everything. It's one of the great perks we have here, and you get to enjoy it today as well. So today will be probably a little chaotic getting all that organized, but tomorrow we'll have it down pat. You'll be able to go to any cafe and you'll be totally over the fascination of it, just like every other Googler who works here now. But if some of your options, we have here in this building, there's a cafe on the corner, aptly titled Cornerstone. That's kind of an idea of what they serve up. That one is easy to get to, so I imagine we'll have a volunteer just at the door badging you and letting you get access in there. We also have Fresh Market, which is in building TC1, which is that way. I still haven't memorized all the building numbers yet, but we'll have someone going there if you're interested in what they have to offer. They have a fantastic salad bar there, so if you love salad, that's something to behold. And then in the building this way, TC4 is where we have the most options. We have the burger bar where you can order up a burger, but as you can probably assume, most every Googler always goes there, and the line is the biggest at that one. So there is a couple other options in that building as well. So take a look. The volunteers will be able to tell you what you can find in each cafe as well when they take you there. And if you do have any dietary restrictions, please don't hesitate to tell any organizer, and we're equipped to solve the problem. There's one thing we don't like at Google, and that's for anyone to go hungry. One of our missions. And tonight for dinner, what's happening? We'll be outside, I know one of these directions, but we'll be having Carnival Games going on. So it'll be a fun event after the full day of talks today. You'll be able to go out, talk to your fellow conference attendee about what you just saw and heard today, and enjoy some Carnival Games that we have, that we'll be setting up during the day. So that'll be fun. All right, so for questions during the day, during any talk, we have an online slide online question generating thing. So you can, on your mobile device or on your laptop, from the comfort of your chair, if you have a question about any of the talks you see today, you can enter a question at this URL. It's going to go to a Q&A app called Slido. So you need to enter in hashtag GTAC 2016 to go to the list of talks where you can enter questions in. And I think I have some screenshots here. Here is, if you have your barcode reader ready, you can get the app where you can do it directly in the Slido app, or you can do it on our GTAC webpage as well. And I think we have some barcodes around the room as well, where it'll take you right to that. But if you search the either app store, it'll take you right to that. And this is what it looks like. So when you first go to it, you enter in GTAC 2016. You'll be taken to the list of presentations you can ask questions on. And once you choose one, you can go in and type your question. At the end of each talk, I'll go through the top voted questions. You can upvote, downvote questions on there as well. So if you don't feel like getting up, you can do that. We will have a mic. If you want to ask something in room, in person, we'll have a mic as well that we'll pass around. It's very important to get your question on the mic so real-time transcription can transcribe it, and so that the live stream can also hear it. so you need to wait for the mic if you want to ask in the room. Oh, and one thing I wanted to point out that was very tricky. Do not click the back button on that slide on the right. Once you get to the question, do not press the back button because that'll take you out of the app. What you have to do is click on that toggle on the top to get back to questions. That gets me every time. So I wanted to save you some frustration. Hashtags. If you are feeling social, and who isn't, use the hashtag GTAC 2016 on your Pinterest board, on your Telegram chats, whatever the kids are doing these days. Let's hear from you, hear how the conference is going, let the world know what exciting things are happening here. And we'd love to see your photos as well. We have a shared photo album in Google Photos. So any happy moments that you'd like to share with everybody else from the conference, be sure to add to our shared album. All right, so a little bit about Sunnyvale. Where are we? What is this place? Well, Sunnyvale started out as fruit orchards. Then it was defense. Now it's buildings. And that's pretty much Sunnyvale. But oh, what buildings there are here. Plots of your Silicon Valley favorites. Yahoo, Lockheed Martin here, AMD, a lot of the big names. So sightseeing involves, in this area, just involves looking at all the big graphics posted on the sides of buildings. But what about our campus here? So the Google Sunnyvale campus. Surprisingly, I could not find much information about. If only there was someone who could organize the world's information and make it universally accessible. But what I did find is that this campus was built in Silicon Valley for Silicon Valley companies. Google leased all of it in 2011, and we moved in 2013. It's a big 25-acre campus, and we currently house 3,500 Googlers here, but not in any projects that you would be interested in knowing about. So and that's not fair. We have a lot of people operations here. All the people doing recruiting are based out of here. We have marketing here, legal teams here. So very important work going here. I don't mean to dismiss all the things that go in here, but for a test conference, not much to show here. So we usually give tours of Google buildings for every GTAC. This year, because of all the legal teams here, we're not able to actually give tours within buildings, but the grounds are actually outside the buildings are probably more interesting anyway. You could feel free to walk around, play some beach volleyball. If you brought your swim trunks, you're free to do that, or check out the basketball or bocce ball courts. Here are some of the amenities that I could find about this campus. We have an entire building dedicated to a fitness center, building 5, I believe. The beach volleyball court, badminton court, so a lot of ways to enjoy the sunny California weather outside. And that's all I really have on this campus. So I hope you enjoy your time here. And that's all of my bad jokes for right now as well. So we are about to get into the actual conference. Is everybody ready? Yeah. Everybody excited? Yeah. That's good, me too.